When is a time that somebody has confirmed an insecurity of yours?
Let me just set the scene. We're backstage at, I believe it was High School Musical. And I had a crush on the guy playing Chad. And
of course you did. Of course you did.
there was like a smaller, like not very many seating areas back there. And so I
should have ended the story there.
I'm like, oh, do you want my seat? Because I'm sitting down. And he's like, oh, sure, like if you're offering. And then so I give him my seat and I stand up and he's like, oh, you want to sit on my lap? And I was like, oh, no, I couldn't. Like, no, I couldn't. And he's like, no, like really, it's okay. And I'm like, well, I mean, I guess if you're offering, because like I had a crush on him. I was like, I guess if you're offering.
How do you pronounce?
And I sit on his lap and he goes, oh, you have a bony butt. The speed in which I sat up, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Goodbye. I walked away. And since
Slayer
then, I've
gave
never
it
found anyone else
$10.
slap.
How do you pronounce? Isn't it Worcestershire? Isn't that how you pronounce it? Worcestershire?
Except for my current girlfriend. And she's a lot nicer about my butt.
When is a time that somebody has confirmed an insecurity of yours?
So I've never really been
Oh,
blessed
fuck
in
you.
the breast department, and I was really self-conscious about it in school and college, having no boobs. Obviously, didn't go a day without wearing like one of those extra thick padded Primark push-up bras, and I can't remember.
Dude, I feel like that shit is like almost self-defeating. Like, I'm sure it makes you feel good, like walking around outside. What if you fuck somebody? How the hell are you supposed to do that? When you take that fucking goddamn, like, shit off. Like, you have to, like, there's no way you can have sex while wearing that. You need to, like, swap it out with a different one, then you can take it off, a normal bra off in a moment. Like, there's just, I feel like I would be so worried if I were to ever wear something like that, that the person that I'd be having sex with would be disappointed. Hyper Dan's game?
Remember how we even got onto the topic of my boobs on the college bus. But I was saying how, like, I was insecure because they were really small, blah, blah, blah. And some boy said, oh yeah, true. Why don't you wear a push-up bra? And obviously, I had one on. And had been wearing one probably every single day. So, even with Primark's Super Plunge push-up bra, they were absolutely tiny.
When is a time that somebody has confirmed an insecurity of yours?
I get a bit of red.
That's, I mean, I don't think that guy was doing anything too wrong, necessarily. I feel like he was doing the thing, though, where it's like, say something obvious. Like, obviously, think of that. But I don't think the dude much wrong, but, like, that was an L.
I didn't think it was that bad, but I used to wear makeup every day in high school, and then one day I was feeling cute, and so I didn't. And then my ex came into the library where I was sitting, and he came up to me and he said, you look different today. And I was like, oh, like, I'm not wearing makeup, maybe that's it. And he was like, bit red.
When is a time that somebody has confirmed an insecurity of yours?
So I've always had really fluctuating weight, and in the last 5 years or so, I've lost about 80 pounds.
Jesus.
So when people look at me and they say things like, oh my God, you look so good now, you look so much better, you've had such a glow up, I know they mean well, and I know they mean it as a compliment, so that's exactly how I take it. But all it does for me, subconsciously, it just confirms all the insecurities that I had about the way I looked previously. And then I feel like everybody just lied to me back then when they were like, oh, you look so pretty, you look so good, blah, blah, blah.
When is a time that somebody has confirmed an insecurity of yours?
Which one do I do? There's so many. I'm gonna go with my favorite though. I'm gonna give you a bit of backstory. I've always wanted really long, dainty, skinny legs, right? However, I was given short, stumpy legs. Muscly if you will. So just remember that. And I was coming home from
Short legs. Hey, listen, there's some people.
school
that like
one time
those.
after playing netball, so I had these black shorts on.
Netball? Somebody translate that. The fuck is netball? Is it like stickball? What the fuck is this 1500 shit?
And I was catching the bus home by myself. So I've gotten onto the bus And as I'm walking on, these 4 teenage boys yell out, "Cankles!" to me. Yeah, they didn't do it once though. They didn't do it once. They did do it twice, as if the first time wasn't enough. Yeah. So that didn't make me feel good feelings.
Dude, kids are brutal, man. Kids are fucking brutal, dude.
Didn't. So to answer your question, I would say that is a time that confirmed an insecurity of mine. But I hope you're doing well, boys. I really do.
When is a
Small
time that
purple
somebody
turtle.
has confirmed an insecurity of yours?
Oh my god, when I saw this video, I literally relived this moment in my head. When I was like 16, I was babysitting this girl. She was like maybe 8 or 9. And you know, kids speak the truth. Like, they don't have a filter, so you know what they're saying is true. She looks at me, like I'm sitting on the couch with her, and she looks at me and she goes, "What happened to your nose?" I was like, "Sorry?" She goes, "Like, what's with the bump on your nose?" So if you see, I have like a bump. And I was like, "Oh, it's just the way my nose is." She's like, "Oh, it looks weird." I went home that night and literally looked up how much nose jobs cost. So
When is a time that somebody has confirmed
Dude, the kid is 8. Who? I'm sorry. I mean, I feel bad for that, but who cares?
an insecurity of yours?
Okay. So when I was younger, I must have been 13, I realized that I had a weird side profile. I was in the changing rooms in a clothing store, and there are mirrors at the back.
Well, now I
don't know
wanna
if you
see
guys know
it.
that or have noticed it. And in these mirrors, you can see like the back of your clothes. So I stood at an angle and I ended up seeing the side profile, my side profile. And I was shook. I really couldn't believe that I didn't have a normal side profile. And it just looked really weird and flat. So I was very insecure about it, super insecure. I didn't like pictures. I actually don't think I have any pictures of me being that age actually. And then one day I was in the living room with my family. We were just watching TV and I could literally see from the side view.
Fucking mom and dad stopped vacuuming, so she's got to whisper. I don't, like, speak up.
That like my sibling was staring at me and they said, "Whoa, your face is so flat." And they kept repeating. Yeah, this is my side profile.
Oh, no.
When is it?
Kept repeating.
Wait, I wanted to see
My
it.
side profile.
I'm gonna be straight with you. I don't know what a side profile is supposed to look like. So
When is a time that somebody
I
has
have nothing to compare
confirmed?
that to. I have absolutely nothing to compare. I don't even know why I asked to see it. I have nothing. I'm not like, I don't have my data bank of fucking side profiles in my brain yet. So like,
An insecurity of yours?
So I've always felt like the Duff of the friend group,
Jesus.
the designated ugly fat friend. You know, like the friend you go up to when you have a crush on the other friends of the friend group. All your girlfriends call you pretty, but no guy has ever called you pretty. You're friends with a bunch of guys, but like no guy has a crush on you. That friend. So one day we were talking about like Spirit Week, and one of my friends that I'm not really close with anymore, she suggested like a Mean Girls group costume. She goes, "I can be Regina, you can be Karen, and you can be Gretchen." And she was like talking to my other friends. Then she turns to me and she goes, "Deja, you can be the bus that hits Regina. Not Katie, not Janice, not even Damien. The fucking bus." And I know she's gonna know who I'm talking about when I post this. So like, girl,
Jesus Christ, dude. Kids are ruthless.
no hard feelings. But yeah.
When
Why
is a
no
time
hard
that somebody
feelings?
has confirmed?
Wait, why
an
no hard
insecurity of yours?
feelings?
I'm gonna give you an
That's kind of
example.
a loser
Okay, so
move.
this is not necessarily an insecurity of mine, but traditionally speaking, in the society we're in, I'm supposed to be insecure about it. Go figure. So it goes without saying, I am a big girl, I am fat, I am plus size, whatever you want to say, however you want to call it. So I started noticing that one ex-friend of mine used to particularly always bring up the subject of her body and how she was gaining weight and all of these things, more so whenever she was around me. And please mind you, she literally looks like a model type figure, right? So this one time we were coming back from, I can't remember where, but we just basically went out for drinks, and then she started talking about how she joined the gym and like she needs to lose weight, blah, 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 blah. So at first I really just caught on. I'm like, okay, maybe, you know, she just wants to tone up or whatever like that. And then she started talking about how do you do it? How are you so comfortable with, you know, being plus size? I was just like, What?
What's a piece of information that you learned that feels illegal to know?
If you have like 6 months to spare and you email IKEA and be like, hey, I think I'm missing a piece of this table set, slowly.
Wait, what? Oh, this is a separate prompt. Fuck that. Give me.